Chapter 51. Don't panic when things happen, stay calm. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The battles between these big families are more enjoyable than the TV series I watch. For the sake of profit, he showed his shamelessness to the fullest. Zhu Zhao, who was watching a show and eating melon, did not expect that Menghan would propose such a condition. I didn't expect that I would end up eating melon on my own head. Seeing everyone's incredible looks, Zhu Zhao also understood what everyone was thinking. Didn't you always think that you were just the pretty boy kept by Menghan? I am just a little bit more handsome, Menghan is just a little bit richer, we really love each other. The fortress was a gift to Menghan. As long as she was happy and willing to give it to the family, she could leave it to the family. What's more, for this fortress, Menghan also gave up her ruins in the elf forest in exchange. At worst, it would be a big deal to help her occupy one after exploring the ruins. If Menghan still wants this fortress, it's not impossible to help her capture it after she hands it over to her family. Hee. But now that Menghan has said everything, it's his own fault, so he can continue to raise the banner and pretend to be beat. Zhu Zhao stood up, coughed twice, and ignored the others, but looked at his future father-in-law. Well, Menghan and I truly love each other. That everyone was speechless for a while. This is not what we wanted to hear. If you want to show your determination, you can talk to your father-in-law in private and get down to business. I'm anxious to death. Menghan's father was also speechless and glared at Zhu Zhao again. Let's get down to business first. I'll deal with you later. Seeing his future father-in-law glare at him again, Zhu Zhao rubbed his nose awkwardly. It seems that my father-in-law is having a hard time with this. It's better to settle the matter in the fortress first, and then let's discuss it in detail. Then he turned to the crowd. I captured this fortress with the troops of my half-brother. It's a gift from me to Menghan. As for how she arranges it, it's up to her. After hearing Zhu Zhao's admission, everyone began to whisper. Isn't this just a pretty boy? How could he help capture the fortress? Didn't you hear? He said he borrowed his half-brother's troops to help capture it. You heard wrong. He was talking about half-brothers. Yes, I'm talking about half-brothers. Shouldn't they be half-brothers? Half-mother? Brothers? What is the relationship? That seeing everyone's whispers, the head of the Meng family looked a little ugly. A slap on the coffee table. Shut up, everyone. What do you look like? You make a fuss when something happens. As a member of a big family, don't panic and be steady when something happens. Seeing everyone quiet down, the head of the Meng family nodded with satisfaction. This makes him look like a member of a big family. They still need to grow. Otherwise, they won't be at ease if the family is left to them in the future. At the very least, you must be as calm, sophisticated, and calm as you are. He took a sip of tea and asked slowly. Who is your half-brother? He actually has the strength to capture a fortress. The loss is not small, so he should be compensated. Zhu Zhao couldn't help but admire secretly in his heart. He is worthy of being the patriarch of a big family, although he is a bit shameless. But this calmness is not comparable to everyone. I don't want compensation. There is no loss. But since it is a gift for Menghan, then your family should give her the corresponding resources. My half-brother is called Tianpeng. The head of the Meng family was shocked and hurriedly stood up to confirm again. Who? Canopy? Is it the Canopy who occupied 3 fortresses in a row and auctioned the templates for the 8th level troops? Right. Silence, deathly silence. Menghan added. Zhu Zhao originally gave me 2 level 8 troop templates, but I only wanted 1. He asked him to return the remaining 1 to Tianpeng. The head of the Meng family looked in disbelief and raised his hand to point at Menghan tremblingly. I'll give you 2. Level 8. That level 8 unit template that was auctioned. Is that so? Yes, it's the one that was auctioned. I didn't want it. There was no use keeping the Canopy, so it was auctioned. The leader of the Meng family is already stupid at this time. There are still 2 level 8 troops. If you don't use them, you can use them for the family. For an 8th level military template, many major forces in the Xia kingdom couldn't get it, and they actually missed it. Think of this. With an ugh sound, the head of the Meng family pulled over. When everyone saw the patriarch yanking over, they hurriedly looked for a family doctor, some looked for medicine, and some even looked for a lawyer. Zhu Zhao was speechless when he looked at the head of the Meng family who had drawn him. Didn't you just say not to panic when something happens, but to be calm and calm? Why can't I stand this little stimulation? Is it over now? Everyone was busy for a while before they woke up the head of the Meng family. The head of the Meng family calmed down. Just as he was about to ask something more, he saw Lawyer Li running in hastily. Lawyer Li, what's the matter with you coming here? Lawyer Li did not see a young man from the third room who kept winking at him, and replied respectfully. Third young master said that you are dying. Tell someone to call me and say that you want to make a will. At this time, the third son of the Meng family was stunned. Lawyer Li, when the hell did I ask someone to call you? Don't slander me. Lawyer Li pointed to the young man in the third room who was still winking. He called me here. He said that the master was dying, and asked him to ask me to come and make a will. Everyone looked at the young man, who was the eldest son of Meng Lao San. The young man also stopped making eyes. Grandpa had a seizure just now, and I thought he was dying. I asked Lawyer Li to come here just in case. At this time, Meng Lao San also understood what was going on. He shouted evil beast, drew his belt and rushed over. The young man saw that something was wrong and he was going to be beaten, so he turned around and ran. Meng Lao San also chased him out. The head of the Meng family was so angry that he almost had another seizure. Fortunately, everyone comforted him and he recovered. Zhu Zhao, who was watching next to him, almost laughed out loud. It was too uncomfortable to hold it back. Isn't this better than a TV series? The head of the Meng family, who had calmed down, might also feel that there was an outsider like Zhu Zhao, so he quickly spoke. I'm sorry to make you laugh. Zhu Zhao, damn, he is worthy of being the head of a big family. If you want to talk about shamelessness, Zhu Zhao is also willing to admit defeat. Originally, he didn't even look at me. Now that he knows that he has an intersection with Tianping in the game, he calls me little friend. This is really shameless. Zhu Zhao waved his hand. He had to repeat the reason he had made up. After hearing the whole story, everyone cursed in their hearts, saying that he was a lucky little white face. But their attitudes changed drastically. There was no way. Everyone knew some inside information about the Universal Lord. Tianping is also a recognized big boss in the game. All forces want to get in touch with Tianping. But in the end, they got nothing, and Tianping attaches so much importance to Zhu Zhao in the game. Whether it is an 8th level soldier or a fortress, it will be given away as soon as it is said. Those who are not convinced have to hold it in. For the sake of interests, even if Zhu Zhao cursed at this time, they had to listen. At least on the surface. As for what they think in their hearts, only they themselves know. At this time, after listening to Zhu Zhao's story about the whole story, the head of the Meng family was silent for a moment, as if he had made up his mind. In that case, this fortress still belongs to Menghan's granddaughter, and your father will manage it. The eldest brother will also manage the family affairs in the future. The family resources will focus on Menghan. You decide Menghan's marriage yourself. Hearing this, everyone had different expressions. Even Zhu Zhao had to say admiringly, what an old fox. After the matter was settled, everyone left, leaving only Menghan's parents. After Zhu Zhao's repeated assurances, the assurances were useless, because his wife slept with his future mother-in-law that night. Chapter 52. I'm really just passing by. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I was woken up by Menghan in the morning, and we went to have breakfast together after washing up. Asterisk 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 colon. Asterisk asterisk colon dot star dot. When Zhu Zhao saw the tonic soup being served, he almost died on the spot, because his future father-in-law and mother-in-law were also there. The key is that his future mother-in-law personally served him a bowl and did not forget to remind him. You young people do need to supplement more sometimes. And the future father-in-law looked at him with contempt, as if saying, little white face, it's good looking but useless. Do you still need this thing? Look at me, I'm so old, and I've never supplemented myself. Zhu Zhao wanted to defend himself, but he couldn't say that. He drank 2 large bowls with tears in his eyes, and hurriedly fled from here on the pretext that he had something to do in the game. Full of grief and indignation, he only waited until night to take revenge. Back to the game, appeared in Menghan's territory. This is where he logged off yesterday. Calling Louise, they headed for the site of the elf forest that had been marked. Louise was puzzled to see Zhu Zhao so anxious. Lord, why are you so anxious? I want to say hello to the Lord's wife before I set off. Zhu Zhao was speechless. He also wanted to say hello, but he was afraid of being laughed at. He could only urge Louise to set off quickly. As for the reason, how could he tell her? After saying it, wouldn't Louise laugh at him? Those heroes in the territory, no, I must find something to enhance my physical fitness. When the game merges with reality, I must let them know how powerful I am. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. The monsters along the way have become Zhu Zhao's punching bags. I haven't done it myself for a long time. I can feel more relaxed if I do it occasionally. But this is not enough to relieve my anger. Suddenly I remembered that Menghan told him when he was chatting with Menghan in the territory yesterday, the company he used to work for turned into a game-related business after the public beta of the Universal Lord. Many of the former colleagues left to develop their own careers, and many stayed. The key point is that the disgusting manager is still there. And his position is the same as before. It's just that he has changed to a position in the game. The site I want to go to just happens to pass by his territory. In this case, let Louise change the direction of flight slightly and go to visit her old colleague first. The outer edge of the elf forest. There is a territory gathering place here. That is, several Lord players built their territories together, not far from each other, generally. This construction method is discussed in the real world. Several players gather in the same area to play games and develop together. There is a largest and most conspicuous territory, surrounded and protected by some small territories. This is the territory of the good leader Manager Wang, and the surrounding territories are naturally built by the group of lackeys who flatter Manager Wang. Zhu Zhao did not do it himself this time, but just released a unit of black dragons from the armed space. At this moment, Manager Wang in the territory had a condescending expression, standing in front of the barracks, looking at the more than 1,000 units of second-level soldiers that had just been recruited, and several lords around him, full of vigor and vitality. It is fate that we can work together. In the future, you can eat and drink together with me, Wang, in the Universal Lord. After completing the company's tasks every day, I will take you to make some extra money. Over time, there will be a place for us in the Universal Lord. Manager Wang was painting a big cake for other Lord players, and suddenly a Lord interrupted his painting and exclaimed. Fuck, look, what is that? Fuck, that's a dragon, right? Top-level soldiers, I want to take a picture of it. Manager Wang was very upset when he was interrupted. I was painting a cake for you, but you not only didn't eat it, but also dared to look at it. But Manager Wang still looked up in the direction of the Lord's finger. Then he saw a huge black dragon passing through the air. It was huge and very powerful. Seeing such a mighty black dragon, Manager Wang pointed at the black dragon excitedly. See? As long as you follow me well, we will also have top-level flying soldiers like this in the future. When the time comes, each of us will ride one. Manager Wang's big pie has not been finished yet, and he was interrupted by a Lord player again. Fuck. That black dragon seems to be coming for us. Is it coming to attack our territory? Damn, it's really possible. Fuck, it's not possible, it's coming for our territory. What should we do? Manager Wang was also stunned when he heard it, and looked at it. Damn, that black dragon really stopped over his territory, opened its huge mouth, and a faint red light flashed in its mouth. Damn, this black dragon is not going to spit, is it? The next moment, the dragon breath fell, and Manager Wang received a system prompt sound. System prompt, congratulations player, your territory has been attacked, please click on the panel to view detailed information. Manager Wang was stunned. What the hell? Why was it attacked out of nowhere? My territory was attacked, why are you still congratulating me? I need you to congratulate me. He quickly opened the panel to check the details, then he saw a name that he didn't expect. Congratulations, player. Your territory has been attacked by the Lord Player, Tianping, troops. Please be prepared for defense. Manager Wang had only one thought in his mind at this moment. Tianping's troops. Why did Tianping attack my territory? Did the company offend Tianping? The next moment, he and the lords around him turned into a white light. As the black dragon breathed out 2 consecutive times, the troops turned into white light with him. After a few more breaths of dragon, the black dragon rushed to their territory and rushed around. Not long after, all the territories turned into ruins. In the air, Zhu Zhao sat up on Louise's dragon back, saw the ruins on the ground, stretched his body, and blew a rogue whistle. Comfortable, I feel much more comfortable now. Then he called the black dragon back and put it into the troop's space. He lay on Louise's dragon back again, changed direction, and headed towards the ruins of the elf forest. A few minutes later, Manager Wang and other lord players turned into adventurer mode and resurrected. Several people stood together, looking at the ruins of the territory, with a confused look on their faces. The territory they built with great difficulty and the troops they trained were gone just like that. How to explain to the company? An angry lord player asked. Who attacked our territory just now? It seems to be the troops of Tianping boss. Tianping? Why did you attack our territory for no reason? Is there any misunderstanding? Manager Wang did not speak, his face was gloomy. After a long time, he did not think of any good way. He could only report to the company. As for revenge? Don't make a fuss, the troops attacking the territory are Tianping's troops. Who is Tianping? He is a big boss, not someone a little karami like me can contact. Let's think about how to report this to the company, and I need to find another lord's heart to build the territory. The price of the lord's heart is not low, I don't know if the company will reimburse it. As for the colleagues who followed me, I can't care so much, but at this time, Manager Wang rolled his eyes and called all the players over. Who of you just took a picture of the black dragon? I did. And me, I took one too. Manager Wang quickly thought of a way to make money. Looking at the lackeys in front of him. You can't afford the Lord's heart, right? Do you want to get the Lord's heart again? Several people nodded quickly. Seeing everyone nodding, Manager Wang hurriedly explained how to report to the company and how to get resources to buy the Lord's heart. After hearing this, several people flattered Manager Wang. Chapter 53. Are they always so brave? You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Zhu Zhao was humming a tune, crossing his legs and lying on Louise's back in a comfortable mood, but the news that Big Brother Tianping had top-level troops spread quickly. Being used to make a big fuss at this time in the World Chat channel. Revelation revealed that a black dragon, the top-level soldier of the canopy boss, appears outside the elf forest. According to the picture, the territory of the canopy boss is likely to be near the elf forest. I also saw a black dragon outside the elf forest. I always thought it was a wild one, but I didn't expect it to be Big Brother Canopy's army. It seems that Mr. Tianping is really from our Xia country. That's for sure, otherwise why would they only sell 8th level troop templates to us, the lords of Xia Kingdom? Damn, you are talking nonsense and trying to get in on the popularity of Big Canopy. What can a black dragon prove? Big Canopy's troops are clearly near the Dark Valley. They are not black dragons. They are cavalry and vampires. Big Canopy the guy's territory should be near the Dark Valley. Damn it, we all know that videos cannot be edited. What I said above should be true. The territory of the Canopy boss should be near the Dark Valley. Manager Wang also reported the destruction of the territory by the Canopy boss's troops to the company. In order to prove that he did not lie, he could get reimbursement. He also added system prompts. Of course, he didn't have much hope that the company would reimburse him. If there are dates but no dates, hit a poll first. I asked those losers to send the message to the World Chat channel before, but they did not send the system battle report. It's just for phishing. I believe there will be many forces contacting me in order to get accurate information. Those forces only need to spend a little resources to send the battle report themselves. This should be enough to purchase the resources of Lord's Heart. Zhu Zhao, who was heading to the ruins in the elf forest, didn't know yet that someone was using the news that he had a top-level soldier to earn resources. Even if he knew, he wouldn't care. These things have long been expected. Sooner or later, the whereabouts will be exposed. The Black Dragon and the troops in the Dark Valley are just the tip of the iceberg. According to this information, at best, we can only find the location of the fortress occupied by Zhu Zhao. It is absolutely impossible to judge the location of Zhu Zhao's territory based on these. Zhu Zhao, who entered the edge of the elf forest, released all the soldiers from the soldier space, 100,004 units of Black Dragon and 2 units of Angel. These 2 units of Angels were recruited yesterday and today. The previous recruits divided Iris and Kath into 2. Just take this opportunity to upgrade your troops and collect resources, then start sweeping through all the monsters on the way to the ruins. There is no way. He is so arrogant with more than 100,000 level 14 troops behind him. Ahem, I should be more careful. After all, this is also the birthplace of elves. Who knows what surprises there will be. Although there are still 2 units of Angel's resurrection skills as a backup. But if there is any danger and the loss of troops is caused, the gain will outweigh the loss. Zhu Zhao did not divide the troops too far apart, but they were not too far apart and began to push towards the location of the ruins, kill a lot of monsters and gain experience. Zhu Zhao also found many treasure chests and resource points. How can you let it go? Of course not. Lord Blackheart is online again. Although there is no coolie unit, there is a Black Dragon. I am afraid that the Black Dragon will lose itself easily if it kills too many people. So the kind Lord asked the Black Dragon to collect resources while killing monsters to calm down the murderous heart. You see, how thoughtful the troops are. The elf forest is too big. Even though Zhu Zhao brought more than 100,000 troops, the deeper he went into the elf forest, the more insignificant he felt. Like a dust star in the darkness of the universe, it is extremely small in the vastness of the universe. The hard work paid off, and we finally reached the outskirts of the marked point before dark. After a day of killing and collecting, the level 14 Black Dragon had lost a lot of energy and had to stop and rest. Set up camp outside at night. We will officially explore the ruins tomorrow. In fact, there is no difference between national lords and reality. If you are just rushing, your physical strength will not be very high. You can recover after a short rest and continue on your way, but if you are like the Black Dragon, at the end of the day, you are either killing monsters or on the way to collect. It is equivalent to fighting non-stop in the real world all day long and collecting trophies. The physical exertion is too serious. Here we have to admire our ancestors. It is unimaginable that they achieved such great results in such difficult times. Louise can't transform into a human form yet, and without Iris and the others to follow, Zhu Zhao can only make enough food and clothing by himself. What a mistake! After feeding the soldiers, he finished his dinner hastily and lay down on Louise to rest. There is no way. This is Louise's strong request. It is said that they have adapted to the feeling of sleeping together in advance. Wait until you transform into a human form and see what the difference is. In the early morning, through the rising sun in the sky, Zhu Zhao led the Black Dragon army to the ruins in the elf forest. Can you imagine that there is a complex of buildings hidden in a huge and dense forest? Well, it can't be said to be a building. The buildings here are like big trees, and each one is a towering tree. And on every big tree, you can see a huge tree hole or tree house. These should be the former residences of the elves in the elf forest. But before Zhu Zhao could take a closer look, the army was attacked. He looked at the monster attacking him. It was a group of green-skinned humanoids. The action is quite agile. After discovering Zhu Zhao's Black Dragon army, he actually sounded a warning siren. In an instant, the entire ruins became restless. The shouts of wow 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 were endless, and he rushed towards Zhu Zhao like crazy with a wooden stick in his hand. Zhu Zhao took a closer look and saw that it was actually a second-level goblin. Level 2, melee arms. Level 3. Race. Orc. HP, 320. Defense, 10. Damage per second, 10. Speed, 8. Skill, swinging the stick. Zhu Zhao is speechless. Menghan never told herself that there were such rubbish monsters here. He looked at the 14th level Black Dragon army around him, and then at the goblins attacking them. Zhu Zhao looked at Louise with some confusion. Who gave these rubbish monsters the courage to attack the top-level soldiers? Have goblins always been so brave? Or are they afraid that the black dragon can no longer carry the sword? Louise was also a little confused. She didn't expect that the goblins not only refused to surrender, but also dared to attack. Lord, I didn't know they were so brave. Anyway, let's destroy them first. Well, this idea is very black dragon, don't worry about that, just do it. Zhu Zhao also felt that what Louise said made sense, this is just how long the public beta has been. He didn't believe that this ruins was more terrifying than the inside of the Kunlun Mountains. You dare to settle inside, well, the inner edges of the Kunlun Mountains, so why are you afraid of these little things? Then fight, beat the enemy to death and then he will know what cruelty is. Then Zhu Zhao gave an order. Attack, destroy them. More than 100,000 units of black dragons rushed towards the goblins overwhelmingly. Louise did not take the lead in launching the attack this time, probably because these monsters were too low level and did not bother to take action. Just look at the black dragon that launched the attack, flying through the air. He didn't even hesitate to spit, and pounced directly on the goblin on the ground. To a level 14 black dragon, the damage caused by the goblin is not as great as the damage caused by tickling. Chapter 54. Was it ruined like this? You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the collision of the black dragon, all the goblins in the attacking unit turned into corpses. Even the goblins that were not in the attack range were blown to the ground by the strong wind caused by the black dragon's attack. More than 100,000 black dragons, that's a real tiger in a flock of sheep. It's better to expect the goblins' corpses to kill the black dragons than to expect the goblins' attacks to kill them. As the black dragons killed, batches of goblins died. However, as they continued to go deeper into the ruins, not only the number of goblins increased, but also the level was getting higher and higher. Level 3 goblin warriors, level 4 goblin warriors, level 5 goblin commanders. Is this poking the goblin's nest? However, for the 14th level black dragon, goblins are just goblins after all, and it's just a matter of spitting. However, as they continued to go deeper, monsters with green skin began to appear, but compared with goblins, they are more burly. It's like an adult standing with a newborn baby. Zhu Zhao couldn't help but check the monster's attributes out of curiosity. Ogre, level 8, melee warrior, level 5. Race, hell.hp, 10,000. Defense, 300. DPS, 320. Speed, 10. Skills, smash, human meat barbecue. It's actually a level 5, level 8 ogre. Its HP and damage are almost the same as those of a level 1, level 9 soldier. After seeing the skill introduction, Zhu Zhao almost vomited. Damn, this is the ogre monster Menghan mentioned. The fire demons that Menghan lost were killed by these ogres, but for the 14th level black dragon, these ogres also cause limited damage, even for those black dragons that are still level 1. What's more, the level of black dragons has been improved during this period. For black dragons, there is not much difference between level 8 ogres and level 2 goblins. It just consumes more physical strength and it's just a matter of spitting more. Keep moving forward. However, the closer we advance to the center, the denser the monsters attacking us will be, and sometimes there are some lord monsters mixed in. It was not until noon that we advanced 2/3 of the way. Although the black dragon did not suffer any casualties, it consumed too much physical strength. These monsters were like crazy, constantly attacking the black dragon. It was like a toad lying on the feet, not biting, but annoying. There was no way. Zhu Zhao could only retreat temporarily, out of the range of the monster's attacks, start feeding the soldiers and resting, although the soldiers only need to be fed once a day, but when the soldiers' physical strength is consumed too much, they can be fed to speed up physical recovery. At this time, the advantage of being a top-level race is reflected. After feeding once and resting for more than 3 hours, the black dragon's physical strength is fully restored, but the spirit is still a little tired. It should not be a problem to continue the attack. This is also why sometimes it is not necessary to rest at night. Even if the physical strength is fully restored, the mental fatigue will not recover so quickly. Just like the real world, after a day of physical labor, after eating and resting for a while, the physical strength may be restored, but mental fatigue must be recovered with adequate sleep. This is a truth. Unless there are some special items that can quickly restore the spirit, the problem of physical and mental recovery can be solved at the same time. since the black dragon has recovered its physical strength, it is just a little mentally exhausted, but in order to quickly take over this site, Zhu Zhao can't care so much and orders to attack again, as the 14th level black dragon continues to attack. All the monsters encountered along the way turned into corpses, leaving a field of spoils. Although the number of monsters is much less than at the beginning, the level has been raised. So the speed of advancement is not much faster than in the morning, with continuous advancement. Finally, it came to the center of the site. In front of Zhu Zhao, a larger towering tree appeared, standing between heaven and earth, but this big tree has withered. The trunk is cracked and blackened, there are many traces of being attacked on it. But it didn't fall down. When Louise saw the giant tree, she couldn't help but exclaimed. Ancient elf tree, Zhu Zhao looked at Louise with some confusion. What is the ancient elf tree? There was no way. Although he had been in the National Lords for 5 years in his previous life, he was always at the bottom. He knew some of the information that was revealed by the forum, but there are still many people who got opportunities and made a fortune quietly. Fortunately, Zhu Zhao entered the strategic map one step ahead of other Lord players. He got a lot of opportunities, one step faster, and every step faster. This is how he developed rapidly to today. As a top-level race, Louise has her own racial heritage, and she must know much more than Zhu Zhao. Lord, according to the heritage. The ancient elf tree is the mother of the elves. All elves are born from the ancient elf tree. Although this ancient elf tree is still standing. But it is obvious that this ancient elf tree has no breath of life. After listening to Louise's story, Zhu Zhao shook his head with some regret. What a shame. This is the equivalent of the entire elven barracks. It has been ruined like this. Looking at the remaining monsters in front of him, Zhu Zhao was furious. Damn, you rubbish really deserve to die, give me back the ancient elf tree. Thunder God, help me. Although he knew that the demise of this ancient elf tree might have little to do with these monsters in front of him, but who made them appear here? Now they have become punching bags. Thunderclouds gathered over the ruins, and lightning flashed. As the thunder fell, the monsters in front of him, which had little blood left, all turned into ashes and dissipated in the elf forest. Zhu Zhao slumped on Louise's dragon back. Damn, I was careless, and I have no physical strength again. Physical strength should not be wasted on monsters, since the monsters have been cleared, the next step is the harvest time. However, the black dragon still needs to recover its physical strength. Feed it again. When the black dragon's physical strength has recovered a little, Zhu Zhao said to Louise. Louise, I know the black dragon is already very tired. But you let the black dragon work harder and arrange for the black dragon to clean up the battlefield. Especially those tree holes and tree houses on the trees, you must check them carefully. We will not go back tonight and set up camp here. Louise did not say much. Yes, Lord. After that, she arranged for the black dragon, who had recovered some of his physical strength, to start cleaning up the battlefield. Zhu Zhao came close to the ancient elf tree and carefully observed the ancient elf tree. From a distance, it only felt huge. When you observe it closely, you will understand what a behemoth is. Look carefully, the tall and strong trunk is like a giant pillar, standing proudly among the trees. Like the most amazing man in the forest. The trunk has faded green, and several lonely dead leaves are still hanging on the bare branches. The smooth trunk is carved with scars like scars by the sky of time, and the rotten branches have witnessed the wind and rain all the way. Zhu Zhao found a clean place, leaned against the ancient elf tree and sat down slowly, sighing. It seems that the ancient war was really tragic. It could cause the ancient elf tree to perish. I don't know if the disappearance of those elves means that all of them died. Or did the whole tribe move? After arranging the black dragon to collect the spoils, Louise also returned to Zhu Zhao. The main reason was that Zhu Zhao's physical strength had not recovered much at this time. If he was attacked by a monster, it would be barbecue. If the Lord was hurt a little, the sisters in the territory would eat him. So after arranging the black dragon to clean up the battlefield, he hurried back to protect his dear Lord. If something happened, he would feel distressed. He was still waiting to transform into a human form and the Lord. Chapter 55, Excited Heart, Trembling Hands. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Louise came to Zhu Zhao and looked at Zhu Zhao, who was sighing alone, a little confused. Lord, are you afraid that the harvest from this site will not satisfy you? The battlefield has not been cleaned up yet, don't worry. Zhu Zhao sighed, Taiwan Novel Network. I'm not worried about this harvest. Just the experience and spoils given by these monsters are enough for me. I just feel sorry for this ancient elf tree. If it is still alive, how great it would be to move it back to the territory. Louise also understood why Zhu Zhao was sighing here at this time. She also knew the benefits that could be brought back if the ancient elf tree was moved back to the territory. But after all, this ancient elf tree has no breath of life, so she can only comfort it. Lord, in fact, with the current strength of the territory, even if this ancient elf tree is alive, it will only be of limited help to the development of the territory. Zhu Zhao was a little puzzled. How is it possible? This ancient elf tree is equivalent to an entire elf barracks, how can it not be helpful? Lord, I forgot to tell you that the highest level of elves that can be bred by the ancient elf tree is only level 12. If you want to get higher level elves, you can only rely on other opportunities. Zhu Zhao, why didn't you tell me earlier? If I had known that it could only breed level 12 soldiers, would I be so sad? Level 12. Lilith can train a level 12 vampire prince as a special soldier. Fuck, I was sad for nothing. Seeing that Zhu Zhao stopped sighing, Louise was relieved. Lord, the elves can never compare with our dragons. When I reach level 30, I can train 1 million units of black dragons, a special soldier. Aren't dragons stronger than elves? Don't be sad. Zhu Zhao also became happy. Yes, aren't dragon soldiers better than elves? When Louise reaches level 30, she can train 1 million units of exclusive black dragons. When he thought about being able to lead 1 million top-level troops, he was excited and his hands were shaking. But Lord, you still need to speed up the collection of resources. Don't wait until I reach level 30, you don't have enough gold coins to train. Zhu Zhao's heart was even more excited. His hands were shaking even more, it was like he had Parkinson's disease. Damn, I forgot the training cost of top-level troops. It takes 100,000 gold coins to train a unit of exclusive black dragons. At present, there are 100,000 units, and 900,000 units can be trained. Well, it only takes 10, 100, 100,000, 100,000, big brother, father, grandfather, ancestor. Damn, it actually takes 90 billion gold coins. When he thought of this number, Zhu Zhao's blood pressure soared and he almost fainted. Damn, where can I get these 90 billion basic resources? Zhu Zhao, who had been crying for a long time, turned around and hugged the old elf tree that had no breath of life and began to cry. It was so miserable. Louise was full of questions. Haven't you told the Lord? Even if the old elf tree is alive, it will not be of much use to the territory. Why is the Lord still so sad? I comforted him for a long time, but it didn't work. If Zhu Zhao knew what Louise was thinking at this time, he would definitely curse. Am I doing this for the old elf tree? I am doing this for you, for the 90 billion gold coins for you to train your exclusive troops. Zhu Zhao, who had been crying for a long time while hugging the old elf tree, finally vented his emotions. He secretly made up his mind that he would gather the 90 billion resources even if he had to rob them. He was weak alone, but there were still some big forces, right? This amount of resources should not be a big problem for them. After calming down, he was free anyway. Zhu Zhao rode on Louise and began to circle around the trunk of the old elf tree that had no breath of life. We have already seen the bottom, but we don't know how high the trunk is. Let's go around and see. At Louise's speed, it took almost an hour to reach the top of the trunk. It's so high that it reaches the sky. Damn, it is indeed an ancient elf tree. The area on the trunk is as big as a small island. Landed on the top of the trunk and looked down, I could only see white clouds surrounding it, and I couldn't see the ground at all. It was like an island appeared above the clouds, and the fairy air was floating. Louise was afraid of any danger, so she took Zhu Zhao into the air again and explored forward. There was no danger on the way. there were only destroyed wooden houses along the way, which were in ruins. It seems that not only the elves live on the trees below, but also on the ancient trees. I think those who can live here should be the ones with the highest status in the entire elf race. While flying, Louise suddenly stopped. Zhu Zhao looked around. Louise, why did you stop? Is there any danger or discovery? Louise did not speak, but flew towards a branch not far ahead. Then she stretched out her dragon claws and pointed at the branch. Louise, do you feel a familiar smell here? Zhu Zhao got off Louise's dragon back. He walked to the branch, touched it left and right. He sniffed it from time to time. Louise, there is nothing special about this branch, right? Isn't it just a branch of the main trunk? What familiar smell is there? Lord, please smell it carefully. Zhu Zhao was speechless. I don't have a dog's nose, how can I smell it? Louise, I'm not like you, with a dog's nose that is so sensitive. Tell me what you find. Louise was immediately wronged. Louise, you said that again. You compared me with those lowly races again. I am a dragon, and my sense of smell is not stronger than those lowly races. Zhu Zhao felt embarrassed and started to talk nonsense again. I forgot that this is the world of all lords. I'm sorry, Louise. I said the wrong thing. I shouldn't compare you with those lowly races. I will compensate you when I return to the territory. When she heard that there was compensation, Louise was no longer wronged, and her eyes were full of excitement. Lord, I don't want any other compensation, as long as I can be like Iris and the others. Like Iris and the others? What's the difference between you? Of course, I also want kisses and hugs. Zhu Zhao, hugs are still acceptable, but kisses? Looking at that hideous dragon face, and then looking at the sharp giant teeth in the huge dragon's mouth, let alone kisses, just licking yourself with your tongue, I guess you will have to scrape off 2 pounds of flesh on your face. Iris and the others can kiss with their tongues, but if I kiss you, I can't even fill my whole mouth with your dragon tongue. Thinking of that scene, Zhu Zhao couldn't help but shudder. Louise, with your current form, I'm afraid I can't stand it and will have psychological trauma. Let's wait until you transform into a human form and talk about it later. Louise may also think that what Zhu Zhao said makes sense, so let's wait until later and transform into a human form, no longer play dumb with Zhu Zhao. Lord, there is a seal here. Seal. Are you sure? Sure. Is it the seal that hurt you last time when you hit it with your tail? Louise, don't hit someone in the face, don't scold someone. You're going too far, Lord. Yes, it's that seal. Zhu Zhao jumped 3 feet high with joy. There is a seal here, which means there must be a treasure inside. As for whether it is a sealed terrifying existence, Zhu Zhao doesn't care at all. More than 100,000 units of 14th level black dragons in hand. Even if there is danger, it is enough to buy time for me and Louise to escape. As long as I and Louise are still alive, what's more, if the seal is a treasure, it will be one step closer to 90 billion. Chapter 56, Strength Exposed. A small part. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After marking the location, Zhu Zhao rode Louise down the elven ancient tree. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit. First, let's see if the black dragon has collected all the spoils. Zhu Zhao decided to rest on the trunk of the elven ancient tree tonight. He must guard the seal. Tomorrow, when the black dragon's physical and mental strength are restored, he will break the seal. Well, as a good lord, you can't oppress the labor of your troops too much. You must combine work and rest. And the working hours are no more than 996. Back to the ground of the ruins, the black dragon has collected all the spoils. Looking at the spoils in the backpack, Zhu Zhao is very satisfied. The spoils of this ruins are far beyond his imagination. Resources and equipment are not mentioned for now. The biggest gain is actually the troop template, both low-level and mid-level ones. The most surprising thing is a high-level 9th level troll troop template. I don't know whether it was searched in the wooden house and the tree hole, or exploded by the monster leader. Another large sum of small money came in. When I think of those big forces fighting for this army template, so much small money. Put the black dragon into the army space, ride Louise back to the seal on the ancient elf tree, regain your strength, break the seal tomorrow. I don't know how many treasures will be waiting for you inside, leaving the angels recruited for free today to guard. Zhu Zhao fell asleep beautifully. Zhu Zhao, who fell asleep, grinned from time to time, accompanied by laughter, and I don't know what he dreamed about. And while Zhu Zhao was dreaming, in the real world, in a huge conference room in the territory of Eagle Sauce, everyone sat next to the conference table. In front of them was a huge projection screen, which showed some sorted information. In front of the screen was a tall young man wearing an army uniform and a general star on his shoulder. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and a hooked nose, but his face was extremely gloomy. This person was Arthur, the military representative of Eagle Sauce in the western continent of the Lord of all people. He is the youngest one-star general in the real world of Eagle Sauce. Because of his outstanding military record and extraordinary achievements, he was sent to the National Lords as a military representative. Of course, he must have the support of his family. After all, at this moment, he was standing in front of the large projection screen with a gloomy face, pointing at the information on it. These data were just sorted out by our general staff. Starting from the fact that Tianping only sells 8th level troop templates to Xiagua Lord players, and judging from his troop whereabouts sorted out from the chat channel, we can be sure that Tianping is definitely a Xiagua. As soon as these words came out, everyone below looked at each other. Although it was previously speculated that Tianping was a Xiagua player, the information was incomplete. Just because he only sold 8th level troop templates to Xiagua Lord players, it cannot be determined that he is a Xiagua. They still have hope, but now the people in the general staff have determined that Tianping is a Xiagua based on the sorted information, which makes them very unhappy. The whole world knows that Xiagua and Eagle Sauce have always been in a competitive relationship. Although there has been no war in public, the competition behind the scenes has never stopped. In order to limit the development speed of Xia country, the Eagle Sauce will do anything shameless. It has made many obstacles for Xia country. The only thing short of the two sides declaring war. But even so, the Eagle Sauce could not stop the rise of Xia country. As one of the 5 great good men, he has been in the limelight in the United Nations, and he is still suppressing himself. Can this be tolerated? And the high-level officials of the Eagle Sauce country present all know what the Universal Lord represents. Originally, each country had only 10 internal beta test quotas. Our country also tried every means to grab a lot of quotas from those small countries for internal testing, isn't it, for the purpose of being able to sort out more information about the Universal Lord for the general staff and deploy in advance. After the public beta, take the lead and seize the initiative. But who would have thought that after the game was publicly tested, a Tianping suddenly appeared? The key is that Tianping is not a member of the major forces, and he is so damn strong. How long has the game been publicly tested? How long has it been since they entered the strategic map? They actually took down 3 fortresses in a row. And they even held an auction. The key is that according to the information compiled by the general staff, Tianping actually has high-level troops and top-level 14th level black dragons. They can catch up with the high-level troops sooner or later if they work hard and grit their teeth. This is tolerable. The 14th level black dragon is outrageous. This is not a troop of the same level at all. I just don't know how many black dragons there are. Has the barracks been built, or is it an accidental acquisition? Now it is confirmed that they are from Xia country, which is even worse. At this time, the president of the Eagle Sauce country, who is said to be a descendant of Chuan Jiangwo and is called Teikapu, looked at Arthur. General Arthur, you know more about the Universal Lord than anyone present. Do you have any response to Tianping? Hearing this, a trace of helplessness flashed across Arthur's gloomy face. Tianping is very mysterious. According to the news from Xiagua's internal line, he is said to have a half-brother who can contact him in the game. He paused for a moment. Although I don't know what the relationship is between Xiagua's half-brothers. But as long as he can contact Tianping, then we have a breakthrough to win over Tianping. I think everyone here knows the importance of the Universal Lord. For the interests of the rear forces here in our country, we must become the overlord among the Universal Lords. And Xiagua is our stumbling block. If we can win over Tianping, then. At the same time, the same situation is happening in Xiagua. Everyone in the conference hall is also discussing Tianping, but it is obvious that everyone is full of jealousy and envy of the Meng family. At the beginning, Menghan almost broke up with the Meng family for a little white face, and it became a topic of conversation for everyone to laugh at the Meng family. But who would have thought that a little white face could turn over and become the representative of Tianping in the game? With this relationship, the Meng family is considered to have taken off. Look, Tianping took care of it casually, and the 8th level troops, fortresses, and these unattainable treasures were obtained by the Meng family. The head of the Meng family was modest in response to everyone's compliments, but the smile in the corner of his eyes could not be hidden. I told you to laugh at my Meng family, now it's all over, go and cry. At this time, Mr. Wang, who was sitting in the first seat, slowly stood up. Since Tianping is confirmed to be a Xia countryman, it is a blessing for Xia country. You should all know how important the Universal Lord is. Since the Meng family can indirectly contact Tianping, you can discuss how to get the benefits yourself. After a pause, he continued. But one thing, don't mess with Tianping. If Tianping turns to other countries because of your offense, then everyone sitting here is a sinner of Xia country. After speaking, he left, and the meeting was handed over to Lei Jinzi to preside over, but Lei Jinzi was also very jealous. In order to bid for a 7th level and an 8th level soldier, he begged for help and gathered resources everywhere. In the end, he even promised to double the borrowed resources at that time, so that he could get enough resources to bid for the 8th level soldier. Look at the Meng family. Relying on a pretty boy, boss Tianping actually gave the 8th level military fortress directly to the Meng family. Could it be that boss Tianping likes this? Then should I also sacrifice myself to let boss Tianping change his taste? At this time, Zhu Zhao, who was dreaming, didn't know that his identity as Beiji had become the target of many forces. And he himself had been speculated about his sexual orientation. If he had the idea of Lei Jinzi, he would probably kill him directly. There are so many beautiful heroes in his territory, so many cool-dressed elf guardians, but he didn't do it. Why would he do it to a big and strong man like him? I always feel something is wrong. Chapter 57 Fountain of Life. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the early morning, Zhu Zhao opened his eyes in a daze and saw a head with grinning teeth and a ferocious face, staring with huge eyes, drooling, looking at himself. He was so frightened that he jumped up. He was still shouting. Ghost! Louise, help! Louise stared at the sleeping Zhu Zhao, who was having sex. After turning into a human form and doing some indescribable things with the Lord, she suddenly heard the Lord calling for help. He quickly came to his senses and got ready to attack. He looked around, but saw no danger. He looked at Zhu Zhao with some confusion. Lord, is there no danger? Why are you calling for help? What is a ghost? A ghost? Zhu Zhao also completely woke up at this time. Damn, it turns out that big head belongs to Louise. He was immediately so angry that he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Louise, why are you staring at me so early in the morning? Are you drooling? Are you hungry and want to eat me to satisfy your craving? Only then did Louise realize that she might have scared the Lord just now. Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was just thinking about something just now. Have you thought about something? Zhu Zhao suddenly became interested. What are you thinking about? Is it a beautiful thing? Your mouth is watering. Louise was embarrassed to answer and became a little nervous. Lord, don't ask any more. Zhu Zhao was so shocked that he covered his eyes. Damn, that's so annoying. You are a black dragon, you haven't transformed into human form yet. Can you please stop looking like this? No, you must seize the time to return to the territory to see those beautiful heroes, and then look at those elf guardians wearing only a few cloths to wash your eyes. He didn't dare to look at Louise's current demeanor. Let's get down to business first. Release the black dragons from the unit space and let them move their bodies. They will be able to exert more force in a while. I hurriedly ate the leftover food from last night to barely fill my stomach. Be sure to take Iris with you next time you go out. The next step is to break the seal and see what's inside. This branch area is too small, so the black dragons can only be divided into 10 teams and start attacking in turns. This seal is much stronger than the seal of the treasure in the Kunlun Mountains. More than 100,000 units of black dragons took turns attacking for several hours before breaking the seal. The branches splintered and the seal shattered. What appeared in front of him was a huge tree hole. Damn it, isn't it? It's a tree hole again. Could it be? My blood pressure soared, and I couldn't help but exclaim in excitement. Louise, tree hole, there is actually a tree hole here. Louise was also very excited. Lord, will this tree cave be the same as those caves in front? I don't know, but I hope so. Well, let's go in and take a look. Lord, I'll go in first, and you can go in later. It's safe this way. Well, you are in front and I am in the back. In this way, one after the other, they walked towards the tree hole. This tree cave is a little different from the previous caves. Well, it's different from the cave where the treasure was sealed inside the Kunlun Mountains. It cannot be sent, so it can only be changed. That cave was a little hot because there was a magma lake inside, and inside this tree hole, it is full of spring and full of the breath of life. As we continued to go deeper, we finally reached the depths of the tree cave, and the breath of life became more intense. What comes into view is a pool as large as a basketball court. There is water flowing in the pool, and there is a building in the center of the pool. There is a green sapling next to it. After seeing the building, Zhu Zhao looked as if this was indeed the case. Damn it, it still smells the same as before. I knew since it was a cave, whether it was a mountain cave or a tree cave, you would hide the hero altar. Yes, the building in the middle is another hero altar. For the first time, I accidentally entered a cave, found a hero altar in the cave, and recruited the hero Iris. The second time, when I was looking for the dragon blood stone in the cave and collecting the dragon bones, I found a hero altar and recruited the hero Alice. Bashu 69 knew. The third time, after passing the last treasure location marked on the parchment treasure map, a cave appeared after breaking the seal. Found a hero altar. Upgrade Black Dragon number 1 into Hero Louise. When he saw a tree hole behind the seal, Zhu Zhao felt that there must be a hero altar inside. Don't ask why, just ask because the system likes it. I just don't know what type of altar is in front of me, but let Louise check around first. There must be more than these things. Zhu Zhao himself came to the pool. He felt that the pool and the water in it were definitely not that simple, because this cave is full of life. Check the pool first. Fountain of life, level, God level, special effect, can produce 1 unit of water of life every day. Zhu Zhao was shocked when he saw this introduction. I thought this pond was not simple. I didn't expect it to be so simple, although I had never heard of the ancient elf tree in my previous life. I had heard of the water of life, a fetish of the elves. It is said that after drinking the water of life, you can not only prolong your life but also stay young forever. It can also strengthen your body and restore your body to its best condition. Since this pool is the spring of life, then is the water in the pool. Click here to check it out. Water of life, level, special effects. Spring water full of life force can strengthen the body and prolong life. Damn it, as expected, this pool is full of water, full of life force. Well, quickly throw away those strange thoughts in your mind. I will drink it again in the future. Try putting the water of life in your backpack. System prompt. Congratulations to the player, collection failed. Warm reminder, liquids need containers before they can be stored in the backpack. Zhu Zhao was speechless. Since your uncle's system failed to collect, you still have to congratulate me. When I was worrying about where to find the container, suddenly an idea flashed in my little mind. Since a container is needed, then if the fountain of life is in the shape of a pool, is it a container? Then can't I just put this pool and water in my backpack? So clever, just do it as you think of it and give it a try. System prompt, congratulations to the player for failing to collect. Warm reminder, the fountain of life is a building. If you want to collect it, you can use the special item building to collect the scroll. Damn, it doesn't work either. What a rubbish setting. Zhu Zhao cursed dissatisfiedly. He does know about the scrolls collected by buildings. It's a little different from the migration scroll. Migration scrolls are divided into designated location migration and random migration. To specify a location, you need to enter coordinates. The resource scrolls and territory transfer tokens Zhu Zhao obtained before were all of this type. As for random migration, you don't know where to migrate, it's completely random in the system. As for the required building collection scroll, it is the kind that can collect the building into the scroll and then put it into the backpack. After arriving at the location, you can take out the building, which is very convenient. The problem is that this kind of scroll, like the teleportation scroll, is very rare and valuable. Where is it so easy to get? Just when Zhu Zhao was frowning, Louise's voice came. Lord, come here quickly, there are a lot of resources here. Zhu Zhao hurriedly ran towards Louise. He knew there would be something else. The place that was sealed by the Dragon Clan last time contained 100 million gold coins alone, not to mention other basic resources. The key point is that it was just a place where the dragons temporarily stationed during the ancient war, not a habitat, and this is the elf forest, where the entire elf clan originated, and this is the habitat of the clan. The tree hole behind this seal is inside the ancient elf tree. This is the mother tree of the elves. Then what is hidden here may be the resources and treasures of the entire elves. We will be one step closer to the 900 small goal. Chapter 58 Louise, please stop using your magical powers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Before she could get closer, she could see mountains of resources piled up beside Louise from a distance, mostly wood. It is understandable, after all, the elf forest here must have more abundant wood resource points. When I ran closer, I discovered that the huge basic resources were also mixed with many treasure boxes, scrolls and equipment. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up and put it in your backpack. One person and one dragon worked like this for a long time, and finally collected everything. Not even a hair was spared. Tired Zhu Zhao lay on the ground, breathing heavily, but looking at the things in the backpack, the corners of my mouth couldn't help but start to curl up. It was worth the exhaustion. Take a break, there are more important treasures waiting for you to pamper yourself. Return to the Fountain of Life. It just so happened that there were several building collection scrolls among the things I just collected. Well, just get whatever you need. Use a scroll to collect the Fountain of Life and the Water of Life in it. There was only an altar standing there alone, with a weed sapling next to it. Come closer and click to view. Altar of Heroes, number of uses. 1. Designated troops can be placed into the altar and upgraded to heroes. Zhu Zhao was ecstatic. What I want most is this type of hero altar. He also recruits 14th level top level angels for free every day through the Archangel Heart. Zhu Zhao decided to leave this opportunity to this unit of angels recruited for free today, the angel I just recruited today, and the hero altar I discovered today. They were all born today and are destined. Call the angel recruited for free today and let her enter the hero altar. The angel was so happy that he flew over and bowed respectfully to Zhu Zhao. Although high-level units and above will not be given the ability to speak by the system until the game merges with reality. But the emotions that I should have now are also there. As soon as the angel entered the altar, there was a faint light flickering on the altar. Seeing the white light flashing, Zhu Zhao had a bad premonition again. Louise, close your eyes. Hearing Zhu Zhao's shout, Louise closed her eyes immediately. After waiting for a while, Zhu Zhao's eyes quietly opened a small gap again and looked towards the altar. Louise, you can open your eyes. After making sure there was no problem, he opened his eyes and looked in the direction of the altar. The angel on the altar was in the same state as Louise before, wrapped in a six-pointed star chain, as if something had been injected into her body, which was slightly painful. With a golden light rising into the sky, Zhu Zhao quickly closed his eyes and shouted again. Louise, you still have to close your eyes. But this time Louise didn't obey and was given the glare. Lord, I was wrong, I should have listened to you, woo-woo. Zhu Zhao quickly comforted him. When Louise's vision returned, her two huge dragon eyes were still shedding tears. Louise, why are you crying? Lord, it's not me who wants to cry, it's the light that just made me cry. Well, it seems that having big eyes has its disadvantages. However, the hero advancement process has ended at this time. System prompt. Congratulations to the player for successfully advancing to become an angel hero. At this time, the golden light shrouding the six-pointed star array had faded, and a holy figure flew towards Zhu Zhao. The wings on the angel's back became wider, and his whole body exuded a divine aura. He quickly flew in front of Zhu Zhao, folded his white wings, landed on the ground, folded his hands on his shoulders, and saluted devoutly. "Thank you, Lord, for giving me life again. Dolores will use her life to defend the Lord's honor." The sound is light and pure, as intoxicating as the sounds of nature. "Get up, no need to be polite, we will be a family from now on." After speaking, he helped Dolores up, and there was a faint fragrance coming from her body. Zhu Zhao was a little confused. "Dolores, don't angels have no gender?" That the clear and sweet voice came again. "Lord, the 14th level angel troop has no gender. You will only make a choice when you advance to a higher level." Then why did you choose a woman?" Dolores looked at Zhu Zhao seriously. "Lord, don't all male creatures like women? In order to thank you for giving me life again, do you like it? I can change it." Before he finished speaking, he was interrupted by Louise. "Don't make blind guesses, the Lord must like women. You didn't know it when you first came here. All the heroes in the territory are women. And the way you thank the Lord is wrong. You should do this first, and then do that." Dolores nodded seriously. "As it should be, the Lord has given me 2 lives. Everything I have belongs to the Lord. After that, first do this, and then do that. Damn, this figure is great. It's all concave and convex. It's not obvious even when wearing a pure white holy robe. But after hugging her, I realize that I'm fat where I should be, and thin where I should be. She's so good." After a long time, they separated. Next to her, Louise's face was filled with envy. "Lord, I also want to kiss you." "What do you want? How many times have I told you that I have to wait until you are able to transform into a human form at level 40? I'm afraid you can eat me now. Do you really think being a dragon knight is that easy?" After saying that, he ignored Louise and quickly checked the attributes of Dolores beside him. Dolores, race, angel, template, SSS, talent, holy power, add 100% light attribute damage when self-attack causes damage, profession, archangel, level, 1. HP, 10,000. Defense, 1,000. DPS, 1,000. Speed, 15. Skill, resurrection. Can revive allies with a daily limit of own HP * 100 HP. Holy Light Judgment, causes 200% damage to the target and adds 100% light damage. The effect is doubled for Dark Soldiers. Unlocked at level 10. This is the initial attribute of the top-level race hero, but it is different from Louise's initial attribute. Angels, as humanoid creatures, can wear equipment, so the initial attributes of angel heroes are not as high as those of dragon heroes, but each has its own advantages and disadvantages. But as a top-level race, the initial attributes are much higher than those of Iris and others, just like Louise at the beginning, the hero who advanced from the soldier class does not have a dedicated soldier class. Well, a small problem. Isn't the Archangel's heart prepared for this moment? He took out the Archangel's heart and gave it to Dolores, letting her absorb it. Dolores was overjoyed after receiving the Archangel's heart, and thanked her devoutly again. Zhu Zhao pursed his lips. Not bad, this time he was much more skilled. After returning to the territory, he would let her communicate with Iris and the others. Dolores did not open her mouth and swallow it directly like Louise did at the beginning. Instead, she held it in her palms with both hands, and kept praying. As her mouth kept praying, the Archangel's heart emitted bursts of soft holy light, which was absorbed by Dolores bit by bit. Zhu Zhao turned to Louise at this time. "Remember, be like Dolores, be more ladylike next time, be a ladylike dragon." Louise. "Louise, I want to be a lady too. But in black dragon form, I can't be a ladylike no matter what I do, right?" After saying that, Louise actually imitated Dolores, holding her claws in both hands, and muttered in the same way. "Zhu Zhao, I was wrong, it's too eye-catching, quickly retract your magic." Watching Louise doing this, Zhu Zhao felt like Zhang Fei embroidering that scene, goosebumps all over my body. Chapter 59, You have sacrificed too much for Menghan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the Archangel's heart became smaller and smaller, the sacred light on Dolores became more and more dazzling. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit, until the Archangel's heart completely disappeared. The sacred aura on Dolores became more intense, her hair turned golden and her eyes turned blue, the two wings behind her also turned into four wings, and her temperament became more noble and elegant. This time, before Louise reminded her, Dolores threw herself into Zhu Zhao's arms again, unlike the last experience. This time when welcoming, Dolores actually wrapped the two of them with four wings. Louise was stunned. You angels are still good at playing. You are much stronger than the rude dragons. I really want to quickly upgrade to level 40 and transform into a human form, and experience the new tricks of humans. After watching for a long time, Louise couldn't bear it anymore. I can't let this new hero take the lead. The first thing of the Lord belongs to her, Louise. For this, she even put aside her pride as a dragon and went to please the Lord's wife. Thinking of this, she stretched out her dragon claws and knocked on the four wings of Dolores that wrapped the two of them. Lord, aren't you feeling suffocated inside? Come out and get some fresh air. Zhu Zhao, who almost couldn't hold back, woke up instantly and was shocked. Fuck, why is my willpower getting worse and worse? My firepower is too strong. In order to divert his attention, Zhu Zhao checked Dolores's attributes after absorbing the heart of the Archangel. The long-awaited exclusive arms should appear. In this way, the territory will have one more type in the future, and it can train 14-level top arms on a large scale. Dolores, race, angel, template, SSS, talent, holy power, add 100% light damage to self and soldier attacks. Exclusive soldier, can train 14th level exclusive soldier angel, profession, cherubim, level, 1. HP, 10,000. Defense, 1,000. DPS, 1,000. Speed, 15. Skill, resurrection, can revive allies with a daily limit of own HP * 1,000 HP. Holy light judgment, causes 300% damage to the target and adds 200% light damage, doubles the effect on dark soldiers. Unlocked at level 10. Sure enough, exclusive soldiers have been released. The profession has also changed from archangel to cherubim. The talent has also changed and can be applied to soldiers. The percentage of skill damage is also a qualitative improvement. As for the conditions for training exclusive soldiers, let's ask Dolores. Dolores, what are the prerequisites for you to train your own army? Lord, it only takes 100,000 gold coins per unit, but I can only train 1,000 units at present. Every 10 levels of commission will increase the training of the own army by 10 times. Yes, another gold-eating tycoon. The 900 small goals have not been completed yet, and here comes another one. There is also a small sapling. Since it can appear here, it must be a good thing. Ancient elf tree, branch, level, god level, upgradable, level, 1. Special effect, elf domain. Ancient elf tree contains extremely strong life force. Within the coverage range of 2000 by 2000, all friendly units, physical strength, mental strength, and recovery speed increase by 200%. Special effect, breeding elves, can only be used after upgrading, and the upgrade conditions are unknown. Special effect, unlocked. Originally, I was very excited when I saw the 4 words ancient elf tree. When I saw the 2 words branch at the end, the excitement disappeared instantly without a trace. But when I saw the special effects, I was still very satisfied. Planting it in the Tianshang Renjian territory will improve the security of the territory by several levels. Between the arms and the arms, the attributes and durability are the competition. The exclusive arms that Zhu Zhao is currently training are all above high level. For other Lord players, the attributes are definitely overwhelming. But physical strength and mental strength are limited. As the battle time lengthens, physical strength and mental strength will decline faster and faster. At this time, you need to rest and restore physical strength and mental strength. Physical strength can be restored faster by feeding food. But mental fatigue cannot be restored. Although the water of life is obtained now, how much of that thing is there? Not enough. At this time, the strength of the special effect of the elf domain is reflected, 200% recovery speed, plus the super physique of high-level arms, and the coverage of the domain will expand with the increase of level. Think about the future. The enemy needs to take turns to attack. While attacking, his own troops can continuously restore their spirit and physical strength. Just thinking about the despair of the enemy makes me happy. although the second special effect can only be used after upgrading. The conditions are unknown, however, the troops of the elves are dispensable to Zhu Zhao. But they are really pleasing to the eyes. Louise's 900 small goals have not been gathered yet. Here comes another Dolores, thinking of himself running around for resources in the future. Zhu Zhao couldn't help but shudder. Can't think about it anymore. Put your mood in order, it's time to go back to the territory, put all the troops into the troop space. The upper limit of the troop space in this ring can't keep up with the development of the territory. If this ring cannot be upgraded and the space for the troop cannot be increased, it will not be very useful in the future. After returning, I still need to collect more rings of the same type and let it devour them. Let's see how much the space can be increased after upgrading. Fortunately, I have a lot of flying troop types, which will make marching much more convenient. Zhu Zhao changed to Beiji's panel, rode Louise, and returned to the Elf Forest fortress given to Menghan first. Then teleported back, which can save a lot of time. Dolores, who became a hero, can no longer be received in the troop space, and can only fly with her. As for whether it will be exposed that Tianping has angel troop types again, Zhu Zhao doesn't care at all. When I came here, I was fighting monsters and collecting resources at the same time, and the marching speed was a bit slow. This time I went back directly, and the speed was much faster. Back to the fortress of the Elf Forest. Menghan was not there, but my father-in-law was, looking at Zhu Zhao riding the black dragon and the angels following him, full of envy. Can handsome people really do whatever they want? In reality, he can be a gigolo and hook up with his daughter. He can even get close to someone in the game. Is Tianping boss a good person? It would have been better if it was in the earlier years. He was not bad looking when he was young, so it is not impossible to make sacrifices. His eyes looking at Zhu Zhao became a little strange, but also a little admiring. He made a great sacrifice for Menghan, and at the same time, he was worried about his daughter. Zhu Zhao was also a little confused. Why did his father-in-law look at him so strangely? But he didn't think much about it, but took out the 9th level troll army template. Father-in-law, what do you think of this army? If your Meng family wants it, make an offer. If the price is right, I will let my brother sell it to your Meng family first. Don't ask why he didn't give it to Menghan. Lack of resources, too many. Don't mention any bullshit love. Zhu Zhao has only one goal now, to make money. Besides, after the Meng family buys it, it will also be used by Menghan. After all, only Zhu Zhao can contact Tianping. As long as the Meng family still wants to gain benefits from Tianping, they can only win over Zhu Zhao. And the relationship between Menghan and Zhu Zhao, why bother to go far away? Menghan's father did not despise the army template that Zhu Zhao took out. This is the spokesperson of Tianping boss. I thought I was fully prepared, but when I saw the information of the army template, I still took a breath. It's actually a 9th level high-level army template. Don't think that the 9th level and the 8th level are only one level apart, but the combat effectiveness of the middle-level army and the high-level army is completely different. There is more sympathy in the eyes looking at Zhu Zhao. How much does it cost to make Tianping boss willing to give priority to selling this high-level army to the Meng family? I will go offline and discuss with the clan leader to see how many resources I can get. Let Menghan contact you when the time comes. After saying that, he hurriedly went offline. Chapter 60. Are you so close to nature? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Since Menghan was not there, Zhu Zhao did not stay for long and teleported directly back to Fortress Number 2 where Alice was stationed through the teleportation array. He contacted Iris and told her that he was going back to the territory and asked her to return to the territory with Lilith. As for why he did not teleport directly to Fortress Number 1 in the Kunlun Mountains, Taiwan Novel networked that Fortress Number 1 and Fortress Number 3 were not open to the public, but Zhu Zhao used them for the convenience of marching. Alice just came back from outside the fortress at this time and was surprised to see Zhu Zhao appearing in the teleportation array. He rode his warhorse and rushed towards the teleportation array. Zhu Zhao looked at it and his face changed drastically. Damn, if she hit him like this, there would be no need for rescue. He quickly hid behind Louise and shouted, "Alice, you are impulsive, stop now." While speaking, Alice had already charged in front of Louise on her warhorse. She stopped charging, turned over and dismounted, and rushed towards Zhu Zhao. "Lord, I miss you so much." Zhu Zhao was careless and did not dodge. As soon as Alice finished speaking, there was a thud. Zhu Zhao was knocked to the ground again, and the back of his head hit the ground again. "Alice, you hit me in armor again." She fainted after saying that. When Zhu Zhao woke up again, he was already lying on the bed in the bedroom of the fortress. Alice cried very sadly. Her tears were like pearls that had broken off the string, and she kept muttering in her mouth. "Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, I will never hit you in armor again." Looking at Alice crying very sadly, Zhu Zhao's confused head hurt even more. No matter what happens, he has to bear it for his hero, not get angry, and comfort him. "Alice, stop crying. I'm not dead yet. It's nothing serious, just a headache. Are you really okay?" "It's okay. I don't believe it. Isn't this Lord awake?" "I'm really okay. No, I need to check." Stop it. This Lord knocked his head. "Where are you checking? Who cares about your head? I care about this. If there is a problem, Sister Iris and the others will not let me go." After going through thousands of dangers, Zhu Zhao finally got rid of Alice's clutches. No, after returning to the territory, the first thing to do is to find a place to put the fountain of life, drinking the water of life 3 times a day. I don't believe that my physical fitness will not be improved. I don't know how long I slept. I walked out of the house and looked at the sky. It was almost night. I remembered a piece of armor harvested from the tree hole of the ancient elf tree, the guardian armor. It is obviously a set with the shield originally given to Alice. He took it out of his backpack and gave it to Alice, but he still reminded her. "This equipment is for you. Remember, don't bump into me when you hug me next time." Alice took it happily. "Okay, Lord, there won't be a next time. I will protect you, Lord. You belong to everyone." "Zhu Zhao," he explained to Alice again and teleported to Fortress No. 1 in Kunlun Mountains. As for what Alice gained during this period, what did she gain? It's good enough that she didn't ask Zhu Zhao for it. Currently, no other Lord players have teleported here, and Fortress No. 2 has no income, and Zhu Zhao converted all the basic resources obtained from the exploration into gold coins for her. Later, Alice trained them into her exclusive arms. I believe it won't take long for the fortress to become lively. There is not only the fortress of the elf forest given to Menghan. In the later stage, more Lord players will have the strength to occupy the fortress. By that time, the fortresses will be interconnected, and more small money can be obtained. With the flash of white light, he appeared at the No. 1 fortress in the Kunlun Mountains. He rode Louise around the fortress and found no danger. In this case, he did not stay for long and headed towards the territory. Back to the territory, everything was fine. There were guards of Kate and the guardian elves, and the hardness and strength of the obsidian wall. It would be extremely difficult to break through the territory of Tianshang Renjian. At this time, Iris, Lilith, and Kate had been waiting in the territory for a long time. Seeing Louise just landed from the air, she was surrounded by several women, but the women were not as reckless as Alice. After feeling the longing of the women for a while, Zhu Zhao introduced Dolores to everyone, and he had to choose 2 places first. One was used to plant the ancient elf tree, and the other was used to place the fountain of life. Considering the range of the special effects of the ancient elf tree, it was chosen to be planted in the center of the territory. In this way, when the ancient elf tree is upgraded and its range is expanded, it can also cover the entire territory. The coverage area of the branch of the level 1 ancient elf tree is only 2000 by 2000, which is too small and needs to be upgraded. After choosing a location, the ancient elf tree was planted. The moment it was planted, Kate felt the power of life. She ran quickly towards Zhu Zhao, and when she saw the sapling, she covered her mouth and exclaimed, "Lord, with such a strong life force, could this sapling be a branch of the mother tree of the ancient elf tree?" As expected of the elves, he recognized the ancient elf tree at a glance, but Zhu Zhao still had some doubts. "Kath, is there an ancient elf tree in your plane? Does this ancient elf tree have many branches? This small sapling needs to be advanced to become a real ancient elf tree, and its functions are not yet complete at the moment." "Lord, as far as I know, there is only one elf mother tree in each plane. However, it will nurture many branches, just like the branch you obtained, Lord." Only when the mother tree in this plane dies, the other branches will grow. Only then will the branches have the opportunity to advance to the level of the ancient elf tree mother tree. Do you know what the advanced conditions are for this branch? Lord, I don't know about this. The advancement conditions for each branch are different. Well, just branching is enough. What the territory needs is the special effect of the elf domain. As for whether it could breed an elven race, Zhu Zhao didn't care. How to upgrade this branch? Kath said in a low voice with some hesitation. This branch requires blood to upgrade. Zhu Zhao was stunned, wondering if he heard wrongly, and asked again. What did you say you needed? Lord, we need blood. Lord Boss blood, the higher the level, the better the effect. It's unbelievable. You have thick eyebrows and big eyes, Ba, you are the elves who are close to nature. Does the upgrading of the branches of the ancient elf tree actually require blood to be nourished? Shouldn't this be something only vampires need? Are you so close to nature? Is it close to the laws of nature? The weak and the strong. When I thought about it, I suddenly became enlightened. Zhu Zhao directly handed over the task of taking care of the branches of the ancient elf tree to Kath. Ask her to make a flower pond for this little sapling to prevent it from being all over the territory when watering blood. I also need to tell the heroes that when they go out to explore in the future, they should pay attention to collecting the blood of the boss. After the branches of the ancient elf tree are arranged, the fountain of life also needs to be arranged. Zhu Zhao decided to put it in his lord's mansion. Don't waste a moment in strengthening your body. The most important thing is to restore the body to its peak, then every time you take a bite after that, isn't it much stronger than some things? Couldn't I, and then,